All right, I am LogicPQ, and I am ready to go. I'm gonna count down. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so let's get right into this. I just wanted to make sure I hit those first jumps, but so I Want to Be the Guy is a really famous old troll game, also a precision platformer, and the remaster came out about 3 years ago. The original came out in 2007. So why is there a remaster at all? Well, let me tell you that the original has quite a few crashes and, okay, well, a lot of crashes and a lot of other problems with the physics. The physics are very inconsistent depending on where you're standing, so the remaster fixes all of these issues, and it adds new characters and other ways to play the game. So, there we go. Okay, so the nice thing about that is that we can enjoy the game without any fear of crashing, surely. And yeah, we're gonna get to see the first boss here. This is Mike Tyson. So the game borrows a lot from other games that were popular at its time, or popular at the time of the creator's youth, and this is one of them. So Mike Tyson from Punch-Out. We get to fight him. If we get hit by anything in this game, we die in one hit. There is no way to gain lives or like extra health or anything like that. So that's part of the, I guess, brutality of the game. And it's one of the reasons it's as infamous as it is. And a lot of people know that from I Want to Be the Boshi, which is actually the almost like soul, like sequel to this game, at least the original. And yeah, so we just finished the first boss, and we're going to be moving on here. All right, so we're on fire right now, but the water's going to put us out. A lot of these sections are just filled with trolls that you have to very precisely dodge. And as you can see, I failed to dodge that one right there. That one's actually the tightest trigger here. There it is. And that's one of the things about this game, is that once you get really well-versed in it, the trolls mostly just become precision platforming more than anything else. And that is something that you'll see right here. So this like moon, I just had to know that was going to come. That's true for a lot of these trolls. But I'm going to start prepping you guys for the first big skip that you're about to see. So, oh, maybe not. So, Link got me there. But I'm going to prep you anyways. So the graveyard is the next big section that's coming up here. And that section is infamous for casual players when they first play the game. It's got a lot of really tight precision platforming that we'll have to get through. But there is a big skip that skips probably the hardest section for most casuals. Most people quit around when they get to this part. And that is going to be coming up on the 2 screens from here. Make sure I don't accidentally die this time. Okay, so pay attention to that save right there. The one I just shot. We're going to shoot it again, but we're going to shoot it from this screen. And there you go. So that is that's the graveyard skip. And that skips the entire section down below. So that's actually the section I was talking about that most people are afraid of when they first play the game. But we just completely skipped that with that save jump. And you're going to see that we're going to be using these save jumps to save at certain positions a lot throughout this game. So you see we're skipping this entire screen. These saves are perfectly placed for us to just move as quickly as possible and dodge a lot of the obstacles in this part of the game. But now we're moving on to boss 2 here. So this is Mechaberto. This we got one of my favorite songs in the game. Kind of an unexpected boss after the Ghosts and Goblins section there. We're gonna try to quick kill him here. We messed it up. It's okay. There we go. We still got phase 3 very quickly, so that was pretty good. All right, nice. I was a little bit afraid of that jump. If you die there, you have to do that all again. All right. So now we're moving on to We're gonna see Ryu here in a second from Street Fighter. He's gonna pop in just for a split second here. We're gonna use an interesting new development in the game where you can rapidly jump cancel across this fan here. And normally you have to go up and turn that switch off, but we can actually turn it off by going to the next screen and then going back. So that's one of the newest discoveries the game has found. And it makes this section just a little bit faster than it used to be. So that's the only time we'll be seeing Ryu the whole run, because we're gonna skip him again once we come back here. But now we're into the Castlevania section. So we're coming up on Dracula. And we're gonna hit this platform cycle right there. And then we're going to do a save reset here for the platforms. And these platforms are like in perfect positions to just catch us as we're coming through. And now we got Dracula. So if you listen to the cutscene here, he does the famous "What is a man?" that he does with Richter, but he does it with the kid instead. So we're just gonna show him who's boss. All right, we're gonna get him on this next one. There we go. So yeah, we are moving along pretty well here. That was a pretty good Dracula fight. He wasn't too cruel to us. That's like really the only RNG in the entire game, outside of like a few other small places. But he can give you multiple different attacks, and luckily we didn't get anything too bad there. All right, now we're coming up though on the first huge skip. This one skips an entire room that takes about 45 seconds. It is the Tetris skip. I'm gonna focus really hard for this. It's a 1-frame jump. So we gotta get it. Ooh, we jumped early there. That's okay. We'll try again here. If you get it on the second try, you still save quite a bit of time. There we go, we got a second try. All right, and now would be a great time for donations. This is just a little auto-scroller coming up here.
Absolutely, Logic. From Arnaud, 33,200, we have a $25 donation. They say, what is this, another child? Haha, one more for my score. Glad you've made it to SGDQ. Good luck on your run. And from Narthex, we have a $200 donation. They say, we all want to be the guy who helps get to 2 million today. Thank you, SGDQ staff and all the runners, for your time and incredible efforts to bring this event to life yet again. I love it here. Couple more, Logic?
Actually, we are just finishing that auto-scroller right now, so I'll prep you up for the next boss. We got Krageef, which is a mix of Zangief and a couple other bosses, I believe, from other games. And he's going to be basically a green Zangief. So we're coming up on him right now. We're going to do a quick kill on him as well. So we're going to try to activate phase 3 right after this. So this is phase 1. We're going to completely skip phase 2 if we do the right amount of damage to him. So he's going to do a random attack here. We have to dodge it. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so that's phase 3 right there. And now he's kind of glitched into the ground a little bit. He's supposed to be way higher up doing this, which is why he's not really hitting us with anything anymore. And we're just going to easily finish him off. Alrighty. So now we're going to come up on one of my favorite sections. It's got the Mega Man music. So on this section, there's just some really nice clean movement that we do to hit a platform cycle. There, we already did it. So basically, there's a platform in the next room. If we do all the movement in this section perfectly, we get there just in time. There it is. All right, and now we're coming up on the next boss. So this is the Clown Car Trio. We got Bowser, Wart, and Wily. But it is one of the slowest boss fights in the game, and there's really not a whole lot to talk about. So I'm gonna send it back over to you, Mello.
Absolutely. From Dragon Pasta, they donate $10 and say, 1 minute in and Logic is already farther than I ever made it in this game. Glad to finally see what the rest of it looks like. From Makey3, a $50 donation, they say, let's get to $2 million, chefs. We need more SGDQ. From Yokala, we have a $200 donation that says, can we get to 2 million? Yes, chef.
All right, got time for one more, I think.
All right, Let's Game It Out donates $500, and they say, I love you. That's how I feel too. Thank you, Let's Game It Out.
All right, perfect. So now we're heading into the final phase of this fight, and I'm gonna prep you for what's coming after, because this is the easiest fight in the game, but the next part is the hardest part in the game by far. There are a lot of skips, and I'm gonna be showing off one that only I've ever performed in speedruns, but we're gonna try to do it once here, because otherwise, if we fail it, it's not a good chance that I get it right away. So I'm just gonna skip it if we don't get it on the first try. It's called the Post-Wily God Cycle. That's what we call it. And it basically, I'm gonna be trying to beat the Crusher on this screen that's coming up. Dang it, okay. Well, we're not gonna go for it again. That is it. You basically see what I'm trying to do. Normally, this is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to wait in this hole and you wait for it to go back up. But that is a very, very tough trick. It's the hardest one in the game. And there's a reason nobody else goes for it, because it's about 10 minutes into the run. But yeah, now we're gonna be moving on to the next hard skip. This is the last gigantic skip. This one saves a minute and 15 seconds, and it's gonna make this next room bearable because it's known as the slow room for a reason. It's very, very slow. And we're in it right now. So these platforms move about as slow as possible, and normally you have to wait for them to go all the way up, all the way down, and then all the way back up again to get out of here. But we're gonna skip 2 of those cycles, and we're just gonna wait for it to go all the way up once. It is very precise to get out of this room, so I'm gonna focus up here. Perfect, okay, we did it. So if you saw right there, it looked like I did a triple jump actually inside of that platform. But we're actually abusing one of the mechanics of the game, which is when you're halfway inside of a platform, you are allowed to jump no matter what, even if you already used your jump. Oh my gosh, got me again. But that's how we're able to do that skip at all. Without that mechanic, we wouldn't be able to get out of that room. But okay, we're gonna skip this fan again. So this is another, basically just gotta get like 25 presses per second there, no problem. And then we're going to be moving back here. We're backtracking a bit because the game makes you revisit the Room of Divine Teleportation so that we can revisit the Mega Man area. And that way we can go visit Mother Brain, which is gonna be the other path that we could have taken earlier. So you'll see it when we get there. Basically the same movement up to this point. Ooh, we missed the jump there. Okay, we're going right back in. All right, I think I'm just gonna bail on that jump. We're just gonna go right in. So this is where the Mother Brain is hiding. All right, perfect. Easy, right? Everybody knows that. Everybody knew that was coming up. All right, so lots of trolls, obviously, but this is where the Mother Brain's hiding. So we gotta do this last boss here. This is the last of the 6 bosses that you have to fight before you can unlock the end zone. All right. And this boss is usually pretty tough for most people because it's like a bullet hell area, but we just kind of kill Mother Brain so fast that he doesn't even get to play. All right, so this is the escape. I believe this is a callback to Super Metroid, which we'll be seeing later today, but we just got to get out of here before that timer runs out, but that is no problem for us. That was actually really good. All right, so now we are heading up. This is like one of the last big time loss sections right here. So if we die on this platform that's moving about as slow as possible, we have to wait for it to go all the way down and up again. So I'm gonna really focus in here. This is a 16 pixel gap, so we gotta barely fit. Okay, cool, we didn't die. All right, good. All right, so now we are just kind of doing some basic platforming here. There's not a whole lot in this section, so I'll let Mello talk for a little bit.
Yeah, I want to ask the people at home and the people in the crowd right now, are y'all as impressed as I am? Like, this is some wild platforming logic. Yeah, give it up, for sure. From Anonymous, we have a $333 donation. They say, no comment, chef. That is, you guys are on it. From Ian Strachan, they donate $250 and they say, thanks for another wonderful event. Thank you so much for that donation to MSF. And another quick one. All right, we have from Space Dingo, $5. My brother got me into speedrunning a few years ago, and now I can't imagine my life without it. Thank you, GDQ, and special shout out to Tech. We love you, Tech.
Alrighty, and now you can see we're in like an auto-scroller section, but that's okay. I was going to explain a little recently discovered trick that we found here to make it speed up just a little bit earlier than it's supposed to. So I'm going to focus up right here. You'll see I'm going to try to activate a trigger on the next screen. Perfect. So we got that speed up a little bit earlier, so now this will be slightly faster than before. So we're supposed to activate it once we enter the room. Okay. Perfect. So now we're just kind of cruising here. And we're heading into the final, the cart section, which is usually everybody's favorite part of the game. It's got one of my favorite songs, the DuckTales. You're about to hear it. So usually by the time you get here, you're like so happy because you just fought through 6 different really hard bosses and you're like, surely this is the end of the game. But we're not quite there yet. So we're going to be using these saves again to save and reset to move the cart forward. So I missed that one there, but that's the only way to like move this cart faster because we're basically stuck to it. It's an auto scroller essentially. Oh my gosh, we're getting bounced. That was fortunate. We almost got it. The fish almost got me there. If you get pushed off the back of the screen, you die. Oh, I thought I hit that. There we go. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do this one off screen. Nice. And we're heading into the 7th boss. This is the dragon, the Devil Dragon, which takes from, I think, 2 different Mega Man bosses, which is the Yellow Devil, and I can't remember what the dragon's called, but we're just gonna call him the Dragon. And this fight is pretty interesting. You gotta hit the dragon 50 times, so you're gonna see him come in right here. You gotta hit him 50 times total to beat all 3 phases. And the reason I'm telling you this right now is because we're gonna try to hit him 50 times in the first phase and essentially skip phases 2 and 3. So I'll let you know how we're doing here, but this is what we call the Dragon 1 cycle, and it's pretty difficult. You gotta shoot pretty fast and you gotta have the right route for your shooting. So let me focus up here. I think we got him. We'll see. We're gonna find out once we get to phase 3, because it's transitioning to phase 2 right now. And if we see him shoot and he doesn't move, that means we got phase 2, so we should see that. Okay. So now he's gonna move back, and that'll be phase 3. So we'll see if we finished phase 3 in phase 1 or not. He's gonna shoot, not move. All right. All right, and that is definitely the fastest way to beat that fight. So now we're gonna be jumping back. This is the last kind of phase of this fight. But we're prepping up for the final section of the game, which is the castle. And it's notoriously difficult. It's got a lot of strats, pretty much for every room. We do something that you're not necessarily intended to do. And it's just very, very precise. And it's a great way to go out here in the final. So let's get hyped up. Died already. So we're trying to beat that fire. And then we're going to save and reset right there to get those platforms where we want them. And in the next room, we're going to completely skip it again with another save reset jump across the room. This one's actually probably the hardest one in the game just because it's a little bit more precise. The developers really tried to make it so you couldn't do this by making it so you wouldn't be able to hit the save from certain spots. But if you do it just right, you can do it anyways. All right, and this is the labyrinth of the guy. This is just the developer of this game just really wanted to make the casual player not enjoy it. So they added a giant labyrinth where you have to find the right path. But luckily, we know the right path. We just got to get through it. So I'm going to have one more shot at it here. Let's see. Okay, good. All right, we're going to save and reset here. And there is a boulder cycle that I'm trying to beat. There it is. We almost got crushed by it, but that one's always a little scary. We're gonna use this vine save reset to get hit by that apple, of course. No, we're gonna try that again. We're not gonna get hit this time. And then we're going to kind of jump in between a couple apples here. There we go. All right, this room has 2 pixel perfect alignments. Let's try to get those. We got 1 and 2. Okay, so now this just works. Now you just get out of here for free. All right, we're gonna save and reset there. There is a cycle in the next room that we're gonna be trying to hit with that. It's another platform cycle. A lot of the platforms start moving right off of save resets, so there's a lot of like optimal places to do that. And this is one of them. So long as we kill this fast, we can potentially make this. There we go. And now we're gonna jump through this small gap. Oh, I got stuck to the platform. That was really scary. All right, whatever. We make it on the next cycle there. Oh my gosh, wait, no. Oh no. That's not good. I'm just kidding. It's fine. So it's a classic spot where the game used to make you think that the game crashed right there. But we're finally moving into the last section, which is the final tower of the guy here. This is right before the final boss. This section is probably the longest platforming section of the game, but it's not too difficult. Obviously, we're going to be just fine, I assume, right? There is a 16 pixel at the very top of it, just to make sure that we're paying attention. As long as we platform relatively quickly here, we shouldn't have any issues with it. All right. Here's the 16. There we go, we barely got that. That was scary. All right, and now we're heading into the final boss. So the final, I'm gonna take this evil save. So it's the only evil save in the game, just in case it tries to kill you, just in case you weren't paying attention to it. And this is it, this is the guy. So those who don't know the story of this game, it's not that deep, but you are the kid, and you're trying to become the guy. And this is the father. And he's actually your dad, and for some reason, you need to get rid of him to become the guy. So he's pretty adamant about making sure that it's as tough as possible. All right, there we go. That was phase 1. This is about as far as I made it as a kid, for those wondering. All right, and since this is the last kind of break before the end, I wanted to give a shout out to some of the people in the community. I wanted to give a shout out to Vamasa, Malax, Wolsk, and Nalawa, as well as everybody on the Cherry Treehouse team for making this great game. But with that being said, I'm going to finish it off strong for you guys. Oh, jeez. That was very scary. We didn't die there. All right, once the final eye's gotten rid of here, it's going to be time. And time. Okay, and since I believe we hit the incentive, I'm going to quickly run into that. So there is another character that you can play as in this game, and it's Vic Viper. So we're going to show off 2 big skips. So now that you guys have seen the whole game, you'll kind of know what's going on here, but we're back in Craigief. And as the Vic Viper, you can fly over stuff, and that's going to make this kind of funny. We're just not even going to fight Craigief. We're just going to activate phase 2, and you can barely squeeze in that little gap there and just completely skip them. And then moving on from here, this is the cart section again. I'm going to show you guys. So there is a really crazy skip where you go way off screen here and shoot one of the saves at the very end, but it requires that I have a timer. So there we go. So I'm going to go off screen here, and there's all these walls, but they're not actually spawned in until the cart gets sort of close to them. So we're just going to go right through those. But the only thing that does spawn in all the time, no matter what, are the bullet bills, which are about 20 seconds in. So around 25, I'm gonna move down to where the saves are, and I'm gonna try to shoot one way off screen. So I'm gonna focus in here. Okay, that should be right. And if I just try my best here to just feel it out, we hit this last save, and that's it. That's how you skip the entire cart section with the Vic Viper. So you can see right now we're at the end. And that's it. Those are the 2 big skips. And that was I Want to Be the Guy Remastered.
Give it up for LogicPQ, everyone. You did great, Logic. That was extremely impressive. I want to read a quick donation here. We have, let's see, from Webster Leone. They donate $25 and say, nothing to say but trans rights. Oh, also, if you pronounce my last name right on the first try, I'll double my donation. Did I get that right? Leone? I think so. All right, everybody, first of all, hydration check. Have you had water? Good. Go ahead and take a quick break. Fill up if you haven't. We'll be right back after these words. All right, welcome back, everyone. I'm your host, Brutal Mello. I've been having a blast today on day 7 of the event. Let me hear it in the crowd if you're having fun. Good, good, good. One of my favorite things to do on my hosting shift, shout out to my TTRPG days, is to roll a D20, take the number, multiply it by 5, and donate that amount. And I challenge you to do the same if you have one, because I don't have a D20, but I will be doing it after my shift. And if you do it, please send in a kind donation and I will try to read it. But first, a quick word. Alien Hominid Invasion, the new title from the behemoth, is coming this year. The mayhem never ends, with infinite replayability as you grow stronger, wiser. After each city block in this arcade-style, co-op run-and-gun reimagination of Alien Hominid. Get the intel at www.beh.gg/aliens. Once again, that's www.beh.gg/aliens. All right, everyone, up next, we're getting ready for Super Hot VR, and that's exciting. It does take a little while to set up. So production came over and said they're gonna let me cook. There's the yes, chef. I kind of implied it. I wanted to see if you'd figure it out. We have a $50 donation from Jadelyn, who says, hey, Mello, had to donate while you're hosting just to say I'm so happy to see you thriving during SGDQ. You've been doing an amazing job all week, and your joy shines both on and off camera. Congratulations on your first GDQ on the interview team. So proud of you. Donation goes to Host Choice. Yes, thank you, Jalen. And that is Jalen Games, who killed it at Combo Breaker last week. And by the way, shout out to the fighting game community. I'm wearing my Jacksonville Smash shirt right now. From Alex Yagi, we have a $100 donation who says, Happy Pride Month. We are all human. And by the way, Host Choice is the one-handed warpless incentive, and we are still trying to meet that incentive. Right now, we have just over $8,600, $8,700 until we meet that $30,000 goal to see that one-handed warpless. Now, one-handed is wild, and if you haven't seen it before, during the run, you gotta tune in for that. We have an anonymous $50 donation that says, Anonymous donates $50 with no comment. Chef? Yes, chefs. And with that, it's time for an interview with Adaf. Take it away, Adaf.